Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
Good evening. Good morning. And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your day, making it wonderful, making it positive, and all of that good stuff. Or enjoying your night, whenever you're watching this show right here. Now, there's a reason why I am doing this video. Some of you guys might find it a little unprecedented that I'm talking about good old Tucky Tuck, but there's a reason why. There's a reason behind everything that I do on this show. So if you give me some of your time, if you bless me with your ears, bless me with a little bit of your time, and don't be quick to judge, hear me out on what I have to say here, because I'm not going to say anything bad. By the way, I'm not going to say anything bad about good old Tucky Tuck. Nothing. Not going to say anything bad at all. This is just a video to look at of him speaking for the very first time after his termination from Fox News. And I think it's a big deal. Same thing if and when Don Lemon actually steps out and does a formal, aside from a tweet, a formal announcement or a formal video, we will be watching it too. Because let's be real, these were two big names on both respective media outlets that have just been let go. And this is mind-blowing and crazy and wild. I'm shocked about Tucker Carlson, okay? I'm shocked about Tucker Carlson, okay? I may have my personal views, but at the same time, nonetheless, it's still a shocking piece of information. And now he is coming out and speaking for the very, very first time. So before you get all your feathers all ruffled up, grant me this time to talk, because I'm here to talk in a good way, not in a bad way, about this. And there's a reason why. We're going to talk about it. So do me a favor. Before we jump into everything, do me a favor, hit that like button down below, crush it, make it scream out your name. That would really, really mean a lot. Okay. And of course, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, okay? And of course, yes, the likes, please send them past 300 likes. That would really, really mean a lot, okay? That would really, really mean a lot. There's a reason why I'm bringing up this video. There's a reason why. Just you wait. All right, so let's get into it, guys. I appreciate all y'all for blessing me with your time at this time of night. I just saw this. This is kind of something that just dropped at around like about an hour ago. I needed to do something a little bit different outside of the Idaho 4 situation. There are some new developments about that. We will talk about that later on, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of something different to end the day. Okay. Now there's something here that I found very interesting. As we already know, Tucker Carlson of Fox News, or Tucker Carlson, was terminated or let go from Fox News. What's interesting is I heard stories that he basically stepped down, that he walked away. That's not what I'm hearing. That's not what I'm reading out here in these periodicals, in these articles, etc. They're not saying anything like that at all. They are basically saying this man was fired. And we pretty much already know for the various reasons, what various reasons he has been fired. Okay? Now, I know a lot of people on a very specific side of the spectrum are very upset, very unhappy about that information. Hey, I'm sorry for you guys. Lo siento. Okay? My condolences to him not being on Fox News anymore. But I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you this is not going to be the last time you hear his name. This will not be the last time you hear him, period. He ain't done yet. Okay? I'm being real. Okay? Being real. Now, case in point, he came out with a statement, a video, just about an hour ago. And I'm going to be real. I thought he was going to take like a week off. I thought he was going to take a little bit of time to kind of chill, let this kind of marinate, soak down to the plums, and figure out what his next move was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Now, he doesn't say anything in this video saying that, like, my next move is going to be. He doesn't say anything about his moves, but he definitely had a lot to say in this video. But real quick, I want to show you guys this article that is kind of, and I'm just going to read you guys the title. We don't need to go into the nuts and bolts of it because we are going to watch the video itself. And it's only less than 2.5 minutes long. So it's quick, it's short and sweet and to the point. We will be taking a look at that. And then I also have a news clip that I want to show you guys from Cuomo, who's actually making, he's putting in his own 2 cents as well, okay, about this particular video. And I kind of agree with what Cuomo is saying. Okay, but here it is. Tucker Carlson hits out at liars trying to silence honest people and power brokers who are hysterical and afraid in blistering video following his shock firing from Fox News. Again, I have yet to hear anywhere, okay, that he has been. I have not heard anywhere that he was asked to step down, that he kindly stepped away from the job. No, this man was fired. I've read so many articles about this. And again, this is a very, very big deal. Okay. Man's been in the game for a very, very long time. And also, he's been in so many different channels. He's been on so many different stations, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. Not in that chronological order, but that's just a list of the many, many major news networks that he was on. And now he is a free agent right now. Okay. He's about to get, or he has been unplugged from the Matrix. You're going to see what I'm saying here. You're going to see what I'm trying to explain here in just a minute when you actually get to see this video of him actually chopping it up. And it's so layered. It is so layered what he's saying in this video here. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a listen and actually hear him out. It's fascinating. So it's really fascinating what is it? 48 hours can do to a man who has nothing to do but sit around and think. It's interesting. Take a listen.
When you step outside the noise. Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people, people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also, a lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In fact,
it'll catch up. Come on.
5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet,
so I'm going to break that down really quick. I could tell he's bitter. I could definitely tell he's bitter. But I could also tell that he's had time to sit back and think about everything. And I know it's only been 48 hours or so since the announcement of his firing. Yeah, 48 hours, 48, 72 hours, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when he actually recorded this, but this was put up about 2 hours ago. Okay. And he angry. So he's sitting there talking ish. He already talking that mess. He already talking that smack, y'all. Okay. And are you surprised? I'm going to be real. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. Okay. We're going to continue, but real quick, Thank you so much, Stacey Watson. Welcome to the family. Thank you so very much. Welcome to the family. Thank you again. And just like Stacey, you can go hit that join button down below if you appreciate the content and the things that I talk about on this channel, because I talk about everything, y'all. Everything. So, yes, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining the family. That really does mean a lot. It helps keep these lights on. Real talk. But as you can tell, just off the bat, he's sitting there going, man, we've been talking about a lot of stupid ish lately. This is so stupid. There's debates that won't even matter in 2 days. And he said, I was even a part of it too. He's literally like he's been unplugged from the Matrix in a way, and he's starting to wake the F up. I'm going to play some more. I'm playing the whole thing, but I got to break it down. So let's continue, guys. This is just fascinating to me, guys. Very, very. It's like he took his first hit of the bong in a really, really long time. You know what I'm saying? And now he has seen colors. But let's continue. This is crazy.
At the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources. When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time.
Don't you think that's interesting? At least I do. That he's now sitting here going, what about all the other things that are going on in the world? You know, today I looked at a blade of grass for the first time in 17 years. And I realized there's other things going on in the world that matter other than these stupid ass debates that are going on in this country and on all the news. What about the blade of grass? Don't you notice that? He's now starting to have his eyes wide open. And in fact, I'm going to be real. He might have been sick and tired of the stuff that he was talking about for a long time, but just being told to talk about those very things. So this could be a guy who's sitting there going, hey, I had dinner with my wife for the very first time in a long time and it felt good. I'm enjoying this moment where I don't have to go in here and talk about things I don't care about. I mean, allegedly, because that's at least what he's coming off with in this video so far. To me, it looks like he's sitting there going, hey, maybe the grass is greener over on this other side. And oh, no, I ain't saying he woke. I ain't saying nothing about him being woke. Hell to the no. Hell no, he ain't woke. No. I'm not calling him woke. But I think he's starting to see some benefits of not being plugged into the Matrix. Okay. Stacey Watson, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. I guess when you cost your boss $750 million, by the way, guys. Okay, you get fired. Yeah, and there was other things that happened there too. Other things when they were deep diving into text messages and correspondence that he had through his phone, so on and so forth. There's some things that he said that were very, very revealing and damning. Okay, very, very damning. But interesting nonetheless. Let us continue with the rest, with more.
Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state. That's a depressing realization, but it's not permanent. Our current orthodoxies won't last. They're brain dead. Nobody actually believes them. Hardly anyone's life is improved by them. This moment is too inherently ridiculous to continue, and so it won't. The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting to force. But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe.
Interesting. Hold on. Let him finish this.
True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things? There aren't many places left, but there are some, and that's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope. See you soon.
Okay. All right. I just let it play out. Don't you think? Yes. Minushka. Now that you hear that, okay? Now that you hear that, how does that make you feel? What do you think he's trying to convey? I'll tell you this. To me, it feels like he's giving the middle finger. He's flipping the bird to Fox News. He's flipping the bird to the CNNs, the MSNBCs, all the ones that are being controlled by a rich entity that's telling what they can and cannot report about. He has finally realized that since he's out of the matrix now, he can do and talk about whatever the hell he wants. Again, Megyn Kelly said this just a couple days ago, okay? And let me tell you something, or just the other day. Again, I'm not someone who agrees with Tucker Carlson and all that. And I'm not someone who agrees entirely with like the likes of Megyn Kelly or anything of that sort. But she did say something that I thought was very fascinating. She said, you think this is going to make him weaker by knocking him off his top-rated nightly show? Oh, no, this is only going to make him stronger. Again, he's finally starting to realize that the platforms in which he has been standing on are diminishing. They are starting to cripple. They are starting to fall apart. The internet is king. Internet media, especially the ones that are credible, that are actually showing up and really talking about things that really matter and coming to it with receipts, that's where it is right now. No one's watching TV like they used to anymore. The only time that I turn on TV, like real TV, is if I'm watching some big sporting event, like a boxing match, UFC fight, the World Series, Super Bowl, Olympics, the Oscars. Those are the only times that I'm really the Grammys, okay? No one's really watching CNN. No one's really watching MSNBC and Fox News like that anymore. Maybe the old heads are. And I don't mean any disrespect to all y'all who do watch the Fox News and the CNN so much that the insignia, the logos burn into your TV. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, do you, boo-boo. But the way the world is running nowadays is not the same like it used to be. Everyone's got the new idiot box, which is the cell phone. These machines that we have every single day, we are watching our stuff on there. We're consuming things at 10, 5, sometimes 60 seconds, sometimes 6 seconds flat. We are consuming information. You see TikTok, YouTube, even IG, Instagram, content creators that are coming up and making news consumable, digestible for all of us civilians out here in these streets. Less and less you're seeing the likes of Tucker Carlson out here. No disrespect. Again, no disrespect. But I'm telling you, he's becoming a dying breed. Or at least the platform in which he's on is becoming a dying breed. That's why you start to see Newsmaxes not Newsmax, I'm sorry, News Nation start to show up, the TYTs, and all the other internet news shows and news stations that suddenly pop up are now showing up even more now. We're consuming all those things, Law and Crime, etc. We're watching those little clips and snippets at bite-sized moments instead of having to sit through a 5-hour show just to get 5 seconds of information that you're waiting for. The world is different. And he's starting to realize that it's changing. Now, the other thing I want to do too, or the other thing I want to cover really quick is the other piece that he was saying. Okay, not only is that the old way, the old guard is starting to die out. It's starting to fizzle out. But the people in which that are lining his pockets are telling him, Don Lemon, Chris Cuomo when he was on CNN, any of them, Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity, any of them that were on those big platforms, Megyn Kelly, etc. Okay? They all were getting their pockets lined up by huge people that tell them you cannot talk about this. You need to push what happened and deny things that happen on this particular day. You got to deny that this event happened, that this thing is stolen, that thing is stolen. They're just puppets. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible. They read what's on a teleprompter, everything that they have. You got to remember, there's a whole day where they sit down with other producers and other writers trying to figure out exactly what they're going to talk about for that night show, for Tucker Carlson's show. For example, he's not the only one sitting there writing out the stuff, doing the research, and putting a show together. He's got a whole team of people in there, and he still has to answer to a higher up at the top floor of the building, telling him what he can and cannot talk about. So imagine somebody who's been patched into the matrix like that suddenly gets thrown off, and he's been doing it for so long. And then the internet is now king. And he just got let go. And he's seeing, and it's a new sandbox. It's a brand new sandbox over there. And everybody's looking over there going, he's over there looking over at the sandbox going, damn, they got a jungle gym? We ain't got a jungle gym over here. Damn, they got a Starbucks in the middle of the sandbox, man. Bro, did you see they got a sandbox with a Starbucks in the middle and monkey bars and a slide? Man, you telling me I can do anything I want over here and still get the Skrilla? I can talk about things that I give a damn about and still get the Skrilla because of the name I've been building for the past couple decades? Man, where do I sign up, bro? Sup. You know what I'm saying? He's now starting to look at the internet, most likely, or these other deals that are possibly showing up at his doorstep right now in droves. He's probably approaching him like that new hot chick that he saw at the bar. Sup, though. Real confident. Okay? Chest out and everything. Okay? So, you see this video. You hear this. And myself, I'm like, damn. First off, he's angry. He angry. But second, he's going, you know what? All right. I've been told what I can and cannot say. Now I can do whatever the hell I want. And that's the video that we just saw. He is now saying, okay, I'm reloaded. That's what he's literally saying. Maybe he hasn't signed a deal yet. That would be hella fast if he did. But he's basically saying, I am free at last. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last. But let me tell you this, though, too. This doesn't automatically mean that it's a good thing. He might go deeper down the rabbit hole of negativity, maybe. He could go deeper into something, be worse, become a Charlie Kirk type, maybe even worse than Charlie Kirk. You never know. But the internet allows him to do that, to express his feelings and talk about things that matter to him, whatever it may be. It's the same thing I'd say when I talked about Don Lemon. It's the same doggone thing I'd say about Don Lemon. If he gets moved over, because apparently he's maybe getting some sort of hookup with News Nation, allegedly. I will talk about that in a pop-up video, most likely tomorrow. Rumor has it he's already in negotiation through Cuomo and all that, because you know for a fact they boys, right? And we just talking about Don. But you know for a fact, if he goes and he has his own show on News Nation or wherever he ends up going on the internet, whatever corner of the internet world he goes to, he going to be just fine. And he going to eat really, really well. And he'll be able to talk about whatever the hell he wants. So we go back over to Tucker Carlson. This is exactly the situation that he's in right now. He's realizing he's finally free. And he could talk about whatever the hell he wants now. Now, some of you guys, understandably, are not super hype about Tucker doing a little announcement video or doing a breaking his silence and all that. And I'll say this. He had to at some point. There's a lot of people that are very upset. Some people sitting here going, oh man, he was making news great again. I heard that in a video just a second ago. Okay. There's a lot of people that are very affected that he is not on TV anymore. But hey, there's going to be opportunities for him very, very soon. My thoughts, it's going to be the internet. My thoughts, it'll be he'll do his internet, a show on some sort of news station, and then he'll probably have a podcast. And guess what? He'll make more money than what he's making at Fox, and at the same time be able to cover the stories that he deems worthy, instead of having stupid debates, as he said in there, that he even said he partook in, that don't even matter that won't even matter in 5 years. Did he wake up? Has he seen the light? I don't know. But what I do know is that this is not the last that we have heard from good old Tucky Tuck. I got another video for you guys real quick. This is from Cuomo. Okay. And you know what? This is the tough part. I give mad props to other pundits, other anchors that are out there willing to talk about this, because there's other people that sit there and go, oh, because he's on the right on the spectrum, spectrum wise, because he's on the right of the spectrum of politics and everything, and you're on the left, that you shouldn't be talking about these certain things. How dare you? No, we should be talking about this, because not only is this about him moving on, this also is a huge, as far as business goes. This is a business conversation as well. I know a lot of people out here are going, oh man, if only I could just be on TV, I'll be famous. Well, sometimes that doesn't go according to plan like that. Sometimes the internet, like where we are right now, is where it's popping. Okay. But given the fact that this is business, we're talking about business here. I do appreciate what Cuomo says here. Not all of it, but a portion of it. I do appreciate him talking about it and speaking freely about it, not being like, well, because he's on the right, I can't say anything about Tucker Carlson in a positive way. I got to talk in a bad way. He at least isn't doing that. He's being respectful, and he's actually talking about the business and the things that go on behind the scenes. And he knows, y'all. He knows. He's been there. He's been there, done that. So let's take a listen to this, okay? We're going to listen to a bit of this. Even Bill O'Reilly's in this conversation as well. It's fascinating. Just take a listen, y'all. Take a listen.
I have very good news for you. We have news on our watch that involves our greater media culture that's going on. Tucker Carlson has released a video, and I've decided to play you a piece of it, not because I'm looking to magnify him, but because I believe that it is an example of exactly what is most true about Tucker Carlson and his offerings to you. And we have no one better to discuss what it means for Fox and for the rest of us than Bill O'Reilly, who's still with us, and then we'll take your calls. Here's a sample of a 2+ minute message he just put out.
When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe. True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things? There aren't many places left, but there are some, and that's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope. See you soon.
So very important that he says, see you soon, which means he doesn't want to be on the sidelines, which anybody who's a practitioner of the law within the media understands means he's got a negotiation on his hands, because exactly what Fox will want is for him to be sidelined. That's what they pay for with their contractual rights. But
Sorry, guys. This thing is tripping.
As would happen,
There we go.
Bill. I don't know if you listened to the whole message. I did, and of course, that's not the part I would have played. The part that I would have played is Tucker Carlson showing an absolute understanding of how what matters in this country doesn't get discussed because it gets drowned out by other agendas. And the reason I believe that's really important for people to understand is that I have always suggested and believe Tucker Carlson knows what's right and what's wrong, and has decided to play to advantage by courting a fringe with hateful tropes and demagoguery. He knows that it's pernicious. He knows that it's disingenuous, but it's effective. And he knows it, which I think is the only avenue of legit criticism and not all this other stuff we're hearing about him. But that key part at the end, I'll see you soon, Bill. What does it mean to you?
He's going to do some social media thing like I do, I believe, and he'll make a lot of money doing it. If I were him, I wouldn't address the situation until I had my lawyers at my side, and because there's more shoes to drop here. With the
Interestingly, he
lawsuit
did
against
exactly
him
what he attacks other people for. He mentioned nothing in this statement about any allegations that are relevant to his move, other than to say there are a lot of stupid debates on TV, and I know that because I was a participant. He's right about that.
He admits that.
Well, he was smart to do that. When I left Fox, we issued a statement, my team. That statement stands to this day. And then I said, I'm not going to talk about it because it doesn't get you anywhere. The haters will hate you no matter what you say. The people who like you will like you. Not changing anybody's minds. Joe Biden won't be able to understand it anyway. What was interesting is that there's a leak to the New York Times tonight. I don't know whether Dusty has seen this. Just came out. I have it right here. And it says that the reason that Carlson was fired, this is reason number 5,428, was because he said bad things, crude things on his machine. And they got them in the discovery process of Dominion, and that's why they canned him. That's basically sending a message to Carlson. See, this piece was leaked by one of the board of directors at Fox to New York Times. The New York Times says, with knowledge of internal discussions, one of the people with knowledge of the internal discussions.
Wall Street Journal, which is owned by the same company, had the same kind of story. They're leaking on him, and they're trying to keep him quiet.
And I know who leaked it to them because the wording is perfect. Anyway, Carlson would be smart not to address any of this and let his legal people do it. But he has a huge opportunity to do what I've done. The Wall Street Journal actually wrote about my success today, which shocked me. And it is go out on your own, run your own operation, bring it directly to the folks, which we do through BillO'Reilly.com, Team Normal, you have the gear, okay? And talk to the people without the corporation. And in this day and age, you can be very, very successful doing it. And that's what I believe Tucker Carlson will do.
Hey, thank you for watching.
Listen, again, like I said before, this ain't over, okay? We see, good old Tucky Tuck going up here, doing a live video, or not a live video, but doing a video. Obviously it must have been either in his home studio, in his basement, or something with a camera maybe he just bought. It doesn't matter. Long story short, he made it abundantly clear that it ain't over. This ain't the last that you heard of him. And he's starting to realize, unless, maybe because of being finally set free at last, okay? If that's the case with him, man, he's basically saying I'm free and I'm just gaining momentum, okay? I'm just getting momentum. We'll see what happens here, though. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing a call-in, guys. I won't be doing a call-in, but I just wanted to do a quick live because it is late and all that. But I wanted to give you guys this information because this is breaking right now as we speak. People are really re-sharing this on Twitter. People are talking about this like crazy. And let's be real. How do you guys feel about it? Okay. you excited about it or not? Do you think Tucker Carlson is just going to get stronger, or do you think his voice is going to just disappear in the corners of the internet? Let me know your thoughts. I really think that Daily Wire is probably knocking on his door right now. I'm sure there's so many other places that are just eating him up, trying to make a deal happen for him. Now, the same thing goes with Don Lemon. Don Lemon's going to be just fine. He's going to find it. He's going to, yeah, some people might be feeling like he's tripping right now, but he's going to catch footing real quick. And he's going to land on both feet. So it's the same thing with this. Tucker Carlson ain't done yet, but I'm wondering again, is he going to use this new knowledge, this new epiphany, this new breath of fresh air, this new outlook on his career path for the better, for good? That's what I'd like to know. And God knows what kind of stories, God only knows what kind of stories he's tried to pitch in their morning brainstorming sessions. You never know. There may be stories that he wanted to do so badly, and they were rejected time and time again, either because of how radical they were or because they felt like they wanted him to stay on this particular agenda. God only knows. But the question is this going to make him stronger for the good or for the bad? Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Like I said, it was going to be a short one. Wanted to do this one really, really quick for you guys and get your thoughts on this real quick. Actually, hold on. Let me put this down a little bit low real quick because I forgot to do this too, because there was a members thing. If I can find it. I saw it on the corner of my eye. There it is. Charlie Miller, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really do appreciate it. And then we also have Urban Mosque. What's up, man? Thank you so much for the 10. O'Reilly trying to take credit for the move we all know he's going to take. The Fox base won't follow him because they won't follow to a new platform. Tucker will make money, but will be less influential. You know what? Let me say this really quick before we end this. Now, it really, I'm going to say this too. Yes, he will make money. He will say, hey, this is where I'm going, guys. Because let's be real, not everybody follow Cuomo to News Nation. So you do have a good point there too. I know that there's a lot of people, like when Cuomo stepped down, there's a lot of people that stopped watching CNN because Cuomo had to step down. But he still found a place and he's still making his money. He's still making his living. And people still find him over there when they want to watch him. But it all depends on what vehicle he gets behind, or the vehicle that actually, if he actually funds this his own self, or what kind of marketing company that decides to take him under their wing. Because it's all about promoting, getting your name out there, marketing. It all depends on that. And let's be real. He doesn't really need a whole lot of marketing he doesn't need a whole lot to say that I'm going over here, but he's going to need a lot of marketing when the time is needed. Okay. He's going to need some serious, marketing. But I do think that people will come to him, okay? People will come to him. I promise you, they will find him. Once he makes that announcement, I'm over at the Daily Wire. You can check me out under there. I do a show. It's out there. We putting out his clips, all that stuff. Trust me, people will find him and they will market him like crazy. But it depends on what company he gets under and what kind of content he's putting out. Because if he starts putting out some radical-ish, he will be shadow banned. He will be stuffed in the corner. I'm telling you right now, he can't go radical. Okay. He can't go super radical. So that's what I mean by, with this newfound clarity, what is he going to do with it? And I hope to God he does it. He uses it for good, brings up the right kind of conversations, talks about the things that are going on in the economy, the environment, person to person, Republican to Democrat, etc. Okay. I'm hoping that he uses it for good, but we have to sit back and wait and see what he ends up doing with these deals, whatever deals are at his doorstep right now. Charlie Miller, thank you so much for the 5. I really don't care. People like Tucker and Carlson will be all right. Yeah, that's true. He gonna be fine. They got their pockets lined already. Yeah, they gonna be just fine. He's going to be just fine. Same thing with Don Lemon. Don Lemon's going to be just fine. He could retire right now. He could live off that money just fine. Tyler, thank you so much for the 2. Tucker Carlson is skilled at propaganda. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of these dudes are. A lot of these anchors are good at that, right? Let's keep it real. It's part of the MO. It's part of their game, right? It's all about that game strategy. You got to remember, CNN, it's being run by somebody rich that's telling them what to talk about. You got to be talking about all this stuff. This is the agenda that we need to be on. Same thing with Fox News and all the other media outlets. They all are being funded by very, very deep pockets, telling them what they can and cannot talk about. And that's what he's basically finally saying out loud. He's saying the quiet part out loud. He's actually saying the thing that we all already know. Let's keep it. You know what I mean? $2. Thank you so much, Tyler. You're naive if you think he uses it for good. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You never know. I try to err on the side of positivity. Okay. We'll see. And if he goes on the side of negativity, then I won't be surprised. But at the same time, hey, let's see what he does. Let's see where the story goes. Anyway, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Thank you so much for hopping on. It's a quick one. Okay. Thank you so much for all the new members. Thank you guys so much. Okay. But I wanted to give you guys something new, something different, something that's not about Idaho 4. Don't worry. We will be discussing some things most likely tomorrow. Okay. Most likely. But I got some other stories we got to get into tomorrow as well. So be on the lookout tomorrow morning. I got some stories we're going to talk about. Okay. So I appreciate all y'all for being here again. It really does mean a lot. I know this was impromptu, but them are the breaks, right? So please be sure to hit that like button before you head out. Crush it. Make it scream out your name. And do not forget, if you haven't done it yet, crush that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell and set it to all so that you know whenever I go live, I'm right there. Okay? I appreciate it. Anyway, guys, it is time to go and have a great rest of your night. Sleep well, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.